Welcome to the Leadership and Learning Podcast with Dr. JBT, where we dive deep into the art of leadership for emerging and advancing leaders. Whether you're just starting out or looking to sharpen your skills, this podcast is your go-to resource. We'll explore real-world scenarios, actionable solutions, and expert advice with insights drawn from Dr. JBT's own experiences and interviews with seasoned leaders. If you're serious about growing as a leader, you've come to the right place. Welcome back to Leadership and Learning. Have you ever reached the end of a week and realized you didn't thank anyone? Not because you didn't feel grateful, but because you were too busy to say it out loud. That's what I call the gratitude gap. As we begin the Thanksgiving week, it felt timely to talk about gratitude. This season, from now until the new year, our schedules tend to fill up. We don't have the extra freedom of downtime on the weekends and nights because we're rushing from one holiday party to the next, and in between trying to fit in shopping for gifts for friends and family. This inability to relax and gain some balance during the time only carries into the work week. We still have responsibilities, and yet we haven't taken the breathing time so that we can engage in the work with meaning and intent. So what happens? The gratitude gap. We're too busy to express what we feel. The gap is the distance between what we feel and what we express. Simply put, leaders often feel gratitude internally, but fail to express it externally. It is not intentional. It is a byproduct of pace of life and pressures. However, as leaders, our silence can be misinterpreted as indifference. I am equally guilty of the gratitude gap. Just last week, I was preoccupied and failed to take the time to recognize one of my team members. She had done some outstanding work without guidance or direction. She saw a need and took the initiative, and I failed to tell her that I noticed and was impressed. It wasn't because I didn't want to tell her. I was merely caught up in my own work, and I didn't take the time. And here we have an example of the gratitude gap. So why do leaders fall into this gratitude silence? Okay, so here are some common reasons for the gap. Busy seasons. Leaders have busy schedules with back-to-back meetings. They have launches, deadlines, employee vacancies on their teams. They have goals to meet, and they might lack resources to meet them with ease. When busy happens, emotional bandwidth is lowered. Number 2, leaders focus on problems over people. Let's admit it, we have a tendency to have a cognitive bias. In other words, what's broken gets our attention. We need to fix something to meet our goals or mitigate risks. We need to address the challenges. All of these are done with good intention, but gratitude then becomes an afterthought. Third, we assume that people already know. Let's face it, leaders believe their team understands how much they're appreciated. We get it into our heads that they know we think they are doing a great job and see the initiative and innovation they're doing. However, people rarely feel what we don't say. Lastly, perfectionism or high standards. We move the bar so fast that we forget to pause and recognize milestones. We continuously press forward toward the next goal, the next achievement, that we don't take the time to recognize all that the team members have accomplished. As I share these reasons, I openly share with you that it is an area of improvement for myself. I was recently called out by one of my leaders. He said 2 things that align with these causes for the gap. First, he said, "Jamie, I think you should tell that person what you are sharing with me about their work. I know it would mean a lot to her." And here I was thinking that she already knew it, but he saw that she didn't know unless I said it. That was a good call out. Okay. Second one, same person said to me, "Jamie, you need to take the time to celebrate all the wins that you have accomplished with the teams. You move so fast to the next goal that I don't know if you always see how hard it was to do what you actually did." Ooh, okay. These are great reminders for me that I live in the gratitude gap more than I'd like to admit. So what is the real cost of unexpressed gratitude? First, we have lower engagement. We will experience lower engagement from our team members. Employees who don't feel appreciated disengage over time. It may not happen right away, But if they never feel seen or like their work matters, then they just might stop trying. Their work might become mediocre because clearly exceptional wasn't noticed. I know for myself, personally, when I don't feel appreciated for my contribution, I tend to slow down and become less engaged. It is a natural way for people to respond in order to create equity. Check out my episode on fairness to learn more about what people naturally do to find balance. It also increases burnout. We will experience a higher level of burnout among team members. People are more resilient when they feel seen. But if they don't hear from us, then they don't feel seen. I have found that tired employees that know I am grateful for their work are willing to push through the tired to keep projects moving forward. But when they don't feel appreciated, that extra push burns them out. This is when we experience people calling out sick. And I know we've all had that. I remember one time my husband said to me, he called me out too. He said, "Why are you pushing yourself so hard and burning yourself out when no one even appreciates the work that you're doing?" This point ties directly back to lowered engagement. I'm in this too. What happens when leaders do express gratitude? Well, a few things do happen. Recognition builds belonging. People feel seen and valued and a part of the team. They build a sense of belonging because they know their work matters and contributes to the whole. Gratitude boosts morale and motivation. People appreciate when leaders show gratitude toward their work. We naturally want our work to make a difference. So when leaders share that it does, we're motivated to keep doing great work. It reinforces aligned behaviors. Think of the mindset, what you celebrate is what you cultivate. Show gratitude toward the work and behaviors that you want to see more of. As you show gratitude for these behaviors and contributions, it will reinforce for people that if they do more of this, whatever this may be, it will be recognized as good. And so they do. It humanizes leaders and strengthens trust. As a leader, you don't want to be on a pedestal or live in an ivory tower. These leaders don't have the same impact as the human leaders who are vulnerable. I remember sharing gratitude toward a team and the hard work they had done. One of the team members said to his leader, "Wow, Jamie really sees us and knows the challenges we face." It meant the world to him that I saw him, and this strengthened the trust between us. I no longer was an ivory tower leader. I was a present one. So how do we do this? How do we put together some simple, sustainable practices that you can start today? Okay, let's talk. Be purposeful about setting aside time to show gratitude and thankfulness to your team members. You would be surprised how much 10 minutes a week would make. Call it Motivating Mondays, Thank You Thursday, High Five Fridays. But send a note to someone who made an impact. Be intentional. Carve out 10 minutes. Timeliness matters. Let's call this the gratitude micro moment. Say thank you for ... during the moment, not later. If you wait until your next monthly one-on-one, it will not have the same impact. Make it timely so it is directly tied to the what. Have more gratitude micro moments. Consistency matters. Make it a part of your weekly meeting. Allow 5 minutes at the end of each meeting for people to share who or what they're grateful for, as well as a time to shout out other people's work. Use this opportunity for yourself to shout out to your team members. This simple addition to your meetings will immediately boost morale and create a positive work environment. Lastly, reflection matters. Put in a 5-minute practice at the end of each of your day and ask yourself these questions. Who showed up well today? And did I tell them? You will start to find a lot of opportunities to share gratitude when you are looking. Be intentional about looking even when you are busy. Now, I have shared some simple and sustainable ways to show gratitude. This month, I want you to choose one intentional gratitude activity, just one, okay? And start it. Do it. Because gratitude unspoken is gratitude wasted, and the people you lead deserve to know it. Reflect on these questions. Who is coming to your mind right now? What will you say? And when will you reach out? You can start right now. To close out, remember, during this Thanksgiving season, let's not just talk about gratitude, let's practice it. Leadership is influence, and influence grows when people feel valued. So let's close the gratitude gap together. This is Leadership and Learning with Dr. JBT signing off.